she bana she Georgie she ba nyamba me ba gome gonda perajo shoncho sencho ramboche ma she bana she Georgie she ba nyamba me ba. No, you changed. You touch, you changed.
Okay. Can you come?
No, I don't want it. The only times touch is monkey. A monkey. A monkey.
Now that's okay.
Monkey. Oh yeah. Good morning. Good afternoon or not. Which page, Matthew? 49. Lasola. Now probably it's difficult to finish it. Our how do you say is the Guru Yoga chapter quite a lot because but it's like a more down sessions is a lot of the histories and these things. Titi ngama pasam dute yanayon tangoni mil jerejo do jinsen juj lamananjo karchilu tusu ko tsomate karchimbonda jire mato yenje wonimil lojunda no mombo yole to so jinjola la sona ti osanga samde tani ta katson chere judo shandru tsukshin ndala tsukshin sal de pa chikton yanlob dambo goni chupan barch tandi yo de tinoni ta te chupan barjire chupan barwandela yanlob damno junoni katson chere judo hyon salje ko korte ko she hiso ta hyon salu to songola mombo chi tsazu katson tharmo layon non coton mais pas l'antenne tete java ton soce tout ça chez pas son maronte son tana katso hi tsaler. Yesterday we are just came through this sixth chapter of the Guru Yoga, and first in the part the reasoning what is the important to practice Guru Yoga, and second chapter is the visualize the Guru Yoga tree, and the second is like to accumulating, coding the 7 branches of the accumulations. And now it's like in that first is we are in the prestations, and yesterday we stopped there. It is not right to press your palms like tightly together, leaving to space between them, not to touch together only the tip of your finger. I think we stop there, and also I think it's next. That one is, it's correct. This Christina's, this one, okay, and the Great Liberation, and also I think we read it yesterday, and it is says like Bima Kambushenda Valoni Tarmo Loni Shubo Tarjate, Lupa me Petanso Jihuch Sonji. I'm joining my hand above my heart, like on open the lotus bowl, and with countless buris amassed in the cloud. These explanations already like the same as the Hundu in the Shodolichin, like many emanating this And also next one is, I think we already studied yesterday, and Yonten Zol is on the Pacho Kamba me looked at me. Hinkarakuchi Monto Mambali Metu Topi Razon Nyamben Nut Garva Chong to Yunzamba Yin Sage. That was just a little bit we have how to translate this correct or not, this treasure of the precious quality says, make a signs of the revenge of your heart, and generally speaking, revenge is the most important. Maybe it's like this Tibetan is Wangpo, that means it's like when you are prostrating from your teachers, and you need to be like kind of says, I'm ashamed, I have like kind of the how do you say, it's like I'm like a did maybe some many negative things, and like improper conceptual activities, and now I want to confess, to seriously, is like to remember that revenge of your heart. And also it says your body bending low without distractions. Of course, it is like kind of the this is not like a disrespect way, and like just or I need to prostration. Maybe if I'm don't prostate, maybe others think I'm strange, and therefore that this kind of attitude is like kind of a tax prostration. The parcho kamba me lutin se hinkar kuchi ngon to ngamba la se de la kazo hinkar la kupa do jip ngon to se de la motsar hij tel hij jere zo do ji ma gu pa do ji dendra mayan pa ji ku yu kupu go ne la ma la depa ndamba dendri yo ji de la ngon to se dendra bu je zo person so fa yo po ji go ne dendra zo de la de meto tofi rabzon nyam lot ta meto to sejite cherezo de no de meto tandado nyam no sejite de meto suzon jitela tende jitela kabu chong to yun zamba sete kabu chong sejitela de ka hula waza yonke jigo go ten dogo seso sang da rumbo chen samato sejite min la yon seso kabu to sejite jinga Yonten Dzogchen Ranyak Patrul da to yun zamba yes kabu chok to yun zamba jana pe na ti metu yosa ko rumbo chen ko pamba ta no yin dan chi ten da wo chi zo ni ronyak metu zonlut ten da wo chi to chu se ten da wo chi zo to yun zamba yes se ji bo ten da wo chi zo to chi che se ro ta ti yen chi me chi metu pamba ta go ti tonka zogl mate ten rawon na chik tinu yong du sha yong yo le dene ndi kabuchung se jitela shinja tondi no la the relics case jing de kandi chigo mish why they translated it's a relics case. Sometimes the in Tibetans Rinpoche samatos Samato is like kind of the some jewel box, and also you never opened. Maybe inside sometimes special, maybe relics, and you make the relics case, and therefore I did translated. It's poetic. Okay. Anyway, it is like this. Kabu chonko to yunzam hisum. Teni ramya tanmo hyogo long bi lujo dripato. Dramba yung ngok dripa. Hinkar yavi lij dripato. Take the yesterday we read it. Put your hand like together and place them on the crown of your head, and that times we are kind of the I'm purified my body. When it's like at your throat, and then you need to imagine I'm purified my like a thyroid or the speech, the obscuration, and then as your heart, I'm like purifying the obscuration of the mind. The purified the obscuration of the body, speech, mind, and respectful is daily John Lu. Did not touch a cat on road manga salad, mangas Allah. Oh my God, oh, what you are talking about? Allah, 4-5 is different, yes? Okay, very sorry. Maybe this one, huh? Okay, look, then it's 49. Okay, look. Sorry, 32. That I'm told is okay. Allah. Where the one? This one, yes. So don't says. Yes. Sorry, I marked it. Oh yeah, didn't have la son, Rubota was Zala Tepaton. A Kenti la sopani, Shotsava sopa, Nimbo Jones of Messi. Didn't have lava said that you ton Levleos and Mansai. G. Rumun and the Yadi, like G. Poa Chimbo de Mana, Rumo your Sal Deva Chimbo, to Dimozuna, Rumuta, your Daisy, your Zasa Tandala Tepaton. Kenti la sopa. Tab Devo, your Satandala, Shansavala Sopalan, Himbo Jonsi to make those. It is the meaningless to try to make the prestation easy by doing them on the slopes, a little bit like the, how do you say, it's like to kind of the mountains. Such as maybe it's like someone has a big stomach, then maybe we cannot to prostrate on the slope like earth, such as the side of the hill, or by any other such like kind of the methods, is not very good, it's meaningless. And this is like when we are doing correctly, some actions is become the virtue and become the such benefit, even some negative things. Sometimes like looks like action is the virtue, but if not really correct, sometimes it's become the negative things. Sometimes la lungo yes some shupa so give shaba to shupa yan jong sanki ji magib shu sanlo tong ya lungo yes lungo ki shupa ti party de na given the tanong yue jong sank yong mo ji ji masam shong chup sandi yan peng samba mina give ji lungo ko shupa so magiwan jondro dole yon jeri zo ti lungo ko le ndama na so zon so na yon non shong chup sang ji sim samba yo po ji do tende yo na magibli yon giwan jondro dole tende zo tnal ji jeri zo do kandi zo na himbo chong zi chong mebi lamsong ji jeri zo zaza zo gres de maze tati tu lama la so putong do jar che moreover nowadays when people pay the respect visiting a lama for instance what is this a short jones lepa ji zane deni girls on in he jings deni mrok xiao yan ba ke hit this ta short say hime parmo chi ti jis lopa na shund tachi ba yan so de jeri do rong chu ma sho yan sen ma tu se chen rong gu chu te rong ke lama ka kanti lab yo pa hyon cha lu sun cho de zu na ti jis rong le ma to jis na ngamo ji pombo do top chen to yo de hyon cha de dombo sho ji ama na ze de hyo yan ba de so pi do cha pi ya gor chang zo tanda chole de se ni tandi zo kada gollo zo ta hyo te ya yan chi min dombo de za zo ni pa de togri chen bo tanda na te manyen so tanda hime zina hipa me son lo ma tong parmo chen ge jis lo pa ma ya de lo na rong che zo du jo res ta che pre and also he says when you visit some like kind of the lamas or maybe in some place holy, and they do one prestation that is the really like almost correct, perfect. And then follow it up with two more for the which they just bend over there. That is to see, and me sometimes doing, and we all sometimes first really look like this. They have it tied like this, okay? This kind of the like tax prostration, maybe better to don't do like this. That is the supposedly is the important the people do eat. And many people like the imitating. That is, I want to say more. You cannot maintain your positions, and this is in English you say the influence, Influence sometimes your bad friends, influence you imitate into others. This person's doing, also I am doing them. Very bad, because it's like we don't know others. Maybe we need to imitate Bodhisattvas. We all the time talking to Bodhisattvas. Okay, maybe we talking about the qualified teachers. Maybe qualified teachers. And when we look in Tibet lamas, some lamas, they even the wearing clothes, generally very much like a kind of the how do you say, it's like official way. And for example, if you look the holiness, and he's wearing cloth, monk cloth, and everything is all the time perfect. And because it's like kind of the people's monks, they imitating, and therefore showing the maybe holiness to decide to take up, decide to go down, very strange, wearing hat, it's okay, but it's they imitating. And therefore, all the times, one my root teacher, for example, Ndrupa Rinpoche, and others, they go to in the teaching, they go to outside, and then they're like really like a little bit, official workers, and too nicely. Why? It's like you're doing something, we are imitating. It's like teachers. And therefore, sometimes people cannot to maintain ourselves. This person doing, I'm doing. This person told to me, maybe it's, then you follow. Sometimes you destroyed yourself. There are people sometimes good, many, and we need to maintain and to whatever someone say like this, utilize. It is someone's doing, you imitating or not, utilize. Very important. Therefore, here's the Shimi Parmuch Jisun Roman Shant Tachipa. Said Shimi Parmuch that Shipa mem. That could Jesu Grace. Natsu Tinola Mumboyol, Natsu Pula Tandamandua. That gave at the Jesu and Tavazo Jesu and chewing that Jesu. Telichid Zudoshu. Mumachilangala Jigsenyu. Dzogchen Ranyak Dzogchen Ranyak Patrul Tanda Yamochika, the Lamachilang shoes. Che got Tanda Barredo Samang. Oh, Mureo, not under Remarin Church me. Jiten the Jedu to Tonu Sam Yans, Church Manu Zaro Mandages on Rondeles. That there is. The tender red Titella, Mr. Chian Jikten di shok jik saje shimbon tongje shimbon komba yamo pa jere the chaga maga tandi sonje tala chapa heon mato tel chapa mem chine te di Dzogchen chansin the render tenda was jere the otacho tenda was renyan mari o ji dena then je ke cho shonche sambare man chochol jikten chu dog mari chazo gre khasa gre chon tong gre tawan tang gre che zo gre. That is a sendal tendizogur tela hime kadar says. Shipan. I'm just to say, and the most ignorant peoples follow. They're the example. But it is on the extremely vulgar way to do that, and like the presentations. It's just a kind of sometimes the vulgar friends. And which kind of vulgar person? It is like a kind of you follow, you be with, maybe why you need to practice, why you study the Dharma, why? Let's go to party, let's go to drink, let's take a drug, let's take a kind of the smoke, and this love we need to enjoy. And you think maybe that is truth. Maybe it's like some in our Western influence or religious institutions. Religious. Of course, sometimes religious. If you totally cut the religious, maybe you become the worst worldly person. And for example, in the one Buddhist country, in Thailand, you go to there, and to all the men's, women's, you need to become the monk and nun at least 3 years. Then you go back to normal. And if you never make monk or the nun in your life, then they think, see, you are like kind of really fully qualified, or that you haven't got perfect, this like the human, like a decency or human qualities. Because it's like you go to in the monastery, 3 years, you meditate to study the compassion and be just to changed. And like this, any kind of religious, and sometimes they talking, of course they are different, but we don't need to criticize. We don't need to influence others to say something. We need to analyze. Therefore, here is the vulgar and the vulgar way to do presentations. That is not very, very good. This is you doing like, they're doing like this. Then I did. Then this is the vulgar. This follow up the vulgar. This is our activities become the vulgar. Chushu tombo tana shoti kan salut sanche mashipa la malinyani shipa shashi so. Chushu topo se chushu se kjere zodo chik dogun and that chik Dzogchen ka dogun na topo dan dombo se gana topo kute dogun and that the carrier lama ka shon salut sancho hilo yinlu sancho kesha hilu sancho Huma tanda yole, Jerry Zudoji, Lama don Homa, Palan, Reva, Shuchen Boyona, Pala, Jilla Kale Kale, Lamatin, Yuton, Lamati, Sheton, Tomaguton Samsana, Lamati, Kenizonte, Hlomujon Pundo, Gigi, Hlomati Keta here on the Tanan, Lamatin, Third goes on, Jundur, Pena Jerry Zudoji, the Hyanlap Segana, Tachi, just Segarago. Kotela ji nushuten ji zason chombo tanda yoka chigodo choga bodo jemeni samju macha nyombo lo jo anye hire balam ji la niga ji jesigro ji kangun zonte ndolu zonte helu zonte ji ndrabo manda ji tanda re onjo ko jere jido derba yomo yo tanda re onde tenda bo ji lama don loma pal derba yomo yo na tanda res. Here is the purpose of the asking for the teaching, even under such simple things as how to do the prostrations, is to hear the teacher explain whatever it is one does not know. And if maybe we don't know the how to prostrations, and when you are kind of the follow the teachers, whatever to taught by the teachers, maybe it's like kind of the you absolutely it's like this doing the prestation is the same as your teachers doing it. There's his stories, and this sort of sometimes is really if good students, fortunate students, if they make the like kind of qualified teachers. Slowly, sometimes it's like how to talk, how to sit, how to presentation, how to wave. Everything is become the similarity of the teacher. Sometimes even the voice, oh my God, to change. Because this is the same as the good connections. Sometimes good couples, I say, maybe they become the 10, 20, 30 years, together, then some moment, it is like they looks like even the face, behaviors, way of the talking, characteristics, everything is like similarities. This is like kind of the influence. This is like kind of the, you can transform all the outer inequalities. And like this, and also when we follow the teacher, we ask to the everything to imitating like same. And then we have the talking, we have the movement, everything, even the like presentations we imitating, we become the same as your individuals teachers. I hope as teachers, when you call the teacher, you follow the qualified teachers. They never teach you, say, oh, when you are presented, your palms you put here. Never taught, I think. Have you met? Some teachers say you put palm here. Never. Yeah. Correctly all the time. They try. When you call and the teacher, then the teachers really need to, everything is correct. And sometimes maybe teachers make the mistake, and sometimes they have good connection students. Also students, you like clarified. Why you say like this, you talking like this, but some in this, there may be teachers to change. That's true, you are right. They never ever say. In our Europe, sometimes we have this, mentalities. If you mistake, but you don't accept this mistake, yeah, it's your mistake. But in the, it's like to sheave and one side. You never like kind of the to say, oh yeah, that is true. And normally, and the good teachers, they never like arrogantly, no, I'm correct. And me sometimes doing, a little bit, I understood my defect. Some students are what they said, but it's a mistake. I said, no. That is like, I'm like hiding my defect. But we need to accept it. That's true. You say like, okay, let's to check more. This sort of that necessary. And konshi te tudong namba tamchit majepa nyoms lang guji yimbala sha laba to shi laba te tsang nyoms malena chu shu pala 20 jeyong me pshoros konshi se konshi yona rongol zabla makandani jere to gari shi yona chu nrji sikji tana shongsalu sanchu gari shi yona the majepa rong tokwa jand nyoms lang guji yanle res. Then I want you to do Halava, Pena, Shansaluk, Shilava, Shansaluk, Twendoto, Nyons Malena, Chushupala, 20 January, Mareson, Chicheri to the Chilaman and your Gonlu, Shansaluk, Doju Chimbo, Tawananda, Chimbo, Tang Support, and Hilema, Pay Lil Havori, Jerry to the Pamik, Tachugur, Nachunian Chugur, the Tonka Zochok, the tender with the Nyons Malana, that he heard it the Meshi. Chu Shansalu Lojung she's a young in Shansalu Davachi Lojung season. That country is Shansalu Zena Mehits as yet, Nahani Yits, Tahakolamazo. Then Jedid, that tender one, we need to don't go join Lam Jason Dons, Dujong knocks at the rest. And then is to put it is into practice. What you need to put practice all the times without forgetting any of the details. Maybe teachers telling to you positive things. I think we call the teachers never teach you negative things. How you can to develop your like positive behaviors, positive characteristics, and also like kind of to how you become genuine student, authentic student. All the time is they like kind of the loyalty like teach you. And these things is like we need to all the times to remember these details and to practice. And also if people cannot even put into the practice something is simple, like a presentation, like a kind of the visualize the Guru Yogas, learn and the simple to do things. Studying the Dharma become completely meaningless and fruitless. You cannot, because it's like maybe you studied maybe how to practice Guru Yoga 1 month with your teacher. Maybe you learn how to do the presentation to study with teacher 1 month. And afterward, Borans. One is like you go like this, and then is someone say, did you study it? This Guru Yoga, how to presentations? No, I forgot it. Then 1 month we spent together. It's a lot of, we lost time, we spent, and money, food, sitting, the many things. Then become the useless. And therefore it is says like this, the people cannot even put into practice some small things. And in this case, it's like kind of why you are follow the teacher, why you listen to the teachings. That is very much truth. Like this. Dena chu hu putombo, shok dokchi kan salut senche, chu mushi panang le chepran papa hi good days. And take it to the chu hu putere to turn dodon rachina, chu hi hitsare, da chil chu hu, lo chil chu hin, the te chi mandava, shilla tuputo, hyuhi, tervase, non la tuputo, new mumba mem, docho, hedon, tomu naja. Pena chu ma hyun hola, hyun chong, za chong, gaya yin ju, lika, damana so lin, tanda mayim, jut lo hise, there's a jut drong hise. Tanda is the truth is a hua sanga, samcher. Chi nonga yanago, chi jut trompa, shu message, chi mayambala, singing mafat, and get it to the yambala, chi kukurozoj. Tanda is a new mumba mepa, seundu. Tupa hishitapa. Cherizo gum yam salon des tela no nyamo meba. Docho hiedon tomu chonrachi son. Tanda jedana ta teda muni chushu tangore sendure mato. Kashi ko lo nyesha sancherele chuyo. Tani cherizo chi lojo do chi nyehana jeona. Namjong ko nyehali tarong tidulere. Mugen tachele sehnan tachele trodo tachele. Tatani chiridu to say gonna silly cookgonna chiso gonna so. That lonya sancho lojon zulti gomba no sondes tatanraji jella method the chu this the trolong don't meso. Short do chick salut sanche meshipa nonly chiridu to chick muyan do mandravachi. Short in sarnago ni chiridu to lama kandani shon salu yonsa runk zaza zoga amato. Yang kecil itu gur saja hian sasen, tadi dan sama nya ngomcu mayan pa rong lama te kandi zab yona ten char yona te yomori yang ketina yomo rong kesonam ko chodores. And he says those who have studied the Dharma should be more proficient than those who have not. Even in their manner of the doing simple presentations. This is the very much important. Here should be more like kind of professions, like proficient. It is like kind of the skilled, and sometimes maybe we like kind of many years when we are followed. And then is that the purpose and the reasons, and there is something, and you follow the teacher, you listen to the teacher, which kind of you have like kind of the, how do you say, it's like adopt or like kind of influence. Like I'm saying, it's like you met society, like alcoholic or drug addict, and which kind of influence? Oh, sorry, I am become addicted. Like this, you follow the teacher many years, you studied Dharma, which kind of influence to you? And like this, like even the like presentations is a little bit, it's different than the other. Like someone's never studied like kind of the how-to presentation. And they just really imitating. Someone's badly presented. Are they doing? I'm doing it. But some teachers told you that no. And like this. And also it's like a little bit to follow the Lama, listen to the teaching. We need to change outwardly and behaviors, characteristic. We need to change inside. and the disturbing emotions. Generally, like the sayings, when you are like the study Dharma, then there is some outer signals. It's like not like same as before this person. Become more gentle, more precise, not like kind of the, like how do you say, it's like without mindfulness doing, go to the dance, go to the like kind of everywhere is a very like a little bit kind of the happy way. Of course that is like kind of the happiness, but finally make, in the Trungpa Rinpoche says, okay, happy is freedom. We are not kind of the, it's like whatever we want like that. I want to do it, sir. But I don't care the society rule. I don't care the like kind of the constitution, any political. Sometimes the finally result is very difficult, sir. In American, they say it's like happy is very difficult to get job, and no job, no money, and then it's like kind of substance. But like this, a little bit you need to change. It's absolutely freedom. But if we change, benefit for ourselves, benefit for others. Nothing to change, nothing influence. 20, 30, 100 years we follow the teacher, we listen to Dharma, nothing we change, I think is useless. And like this, and one jeta mala, lama ngoputong the chushir paper, te, lama ngopi tawa mumbo la jetani songan, dupa, jetsen ji jong rimbo ni jalte shon sarwe song. Lama ngopati chere judo, marvalo slom makire. Dola chere judo di jina yong, tati ngama lama ngopati di marva kandani true yong, lari ndona. Kong ti jeni chere judo, nyan domi mi lama ngopasal song, hu song. Tandri rete, di lama kandani gompa mato ni yong. Yana da lama ngopa kandani di chuji kyogasan, yong rimbo ni hyochin tsarong. Lama ngopa chere judo kongru ka traba nala jet ani ku jut chule. Tandra ti jet song sor lamsong ri undra o ndi hyon salute marvalo sloma rendu lamsong ha kondo sor. Tendra was hyon service lama ngopa yon jite kongru ka oya phani yon hyonlenze oya mi pho chunsang la yang du kongru ka hyon sarusan do hyonlen zanze jin. Chere judo chunsam je tendre yon le 파끈나 현찰반도 로드로마로 로진지 현찰루 순두비 콘선야 지시송 람송 제르즈도 말라리파 현찰론데 다 콘데 자샹가 잡을라마 마르발로 자클롬마 제렌디 콘 현찰루데 마르발로 샤진 렌드소 제르즈도 라마 제르 현찰루 순주 로무딜 tani zum pyowaris. Here the very nice his stories. Once Jetsen Mala wanted to ask Lama Ngokpa. Lama Ngukpa is the one student of the Marwa Lotsa, and he like kind of the went to ask Lama Ngukpa for the teachings, and I think it's Lama Ngukpa's, for example, Malaripa has a little bit kind of the beaten by the Marwa Lotas. I think this is stories. And he was very much sad. And then secretly Marwa Lotas' wife gave something, night big turquoise, and she sent, maybe you can go to Lama Ngupa, maybe he can to teach. Lama Ngupa is a student of the Marwa Lotas. And then he went to Lama Ngupa and like this, but this is his story, maybe you can to check in the like this, okay? But Lama Ngukpa is the student of the Marwa Lotsa. And then is teaching. Here arrived, Malaripa arrived while the Lama Ngukpa has teaching to the Hevaja tenters. Hevaja tenters like one tenters. And that is the large assembly of the monks in the many thousands like the followers. Mala paid his respect by the doing prostration for here from after that. And then Lama Ngukpa said, Lama Ngukpa was like delighted. Oh, look at this person's prostration, it's extraordinary. And he take out his like hat. Taking off his hat, hard dress, and he prostrated the mala in return immediately, because his thought is, surely he's like my teacher's student, and saying what an auspicious interrupter that the person doing presentation over there is doing it in the style of the disciple of the Marva of the Lodro. Ask him who he is. And he immediately is telling to the student, look, this surely this prestator is the Marva Lodza's student, because it's like looks like. Why is the telling to the? Because Mularipa's how many years there is, even he's like kind of the influence of the Marva Lodza. Maybe Marva Lodza's told to how to prestations. And then Mularipa's of course never forget. And then Lama Ngupas never forget. And then see each other. Then you don't need to communicate, but immediately to see. Like this, sometimes when you follow the teachers, you should do something is like kind of the imitating to coming. And if you imitating, you follow whatever you're doing, teachers, at sometimes absolutely you can to do so. But on sometimes like maybe this lama's doing a little bit of drink, eating meat and something, you know. Oh, my teachers drink the alcohol. My teachers eating like this. My teachers doing. I won't do that. Let's take care. Maybe your teachers to say, I'm drink. You should drink. I'm sometimes saying, ugly guy, and I eating meat. You should eat. That's cannot to say that, and it's like. When I met one Lama in Ando, and it's extraordinary Lama, and it's really, really, really fifth Dzogchen Rinpoche's method, and he has wife, 8 children, and he drink whiskey. Whiskey is drink per day is like Chinese butter, 15 butter, okay? Who can do that? And he smoke. One is like the cigarette. He's doing like this. So everything is finished. After he don't keep it in the mouth, and then his nose is like this. No, inconceivable big. Nothing is coming out the smoke. Coming. I look at him and he says, "Why you look at me, Dzogchen Lama?" I just don't do imitating me. Okay. I respect very much. First time I arrived, and he gave me one chalet, and the next day, and after the breakfast, he came, and he directly says, "What are you practice?" Nothing. Give me your daily practice. He took away. And then it's the after day, and he brought this and coming to in my chalet. Okay, now I understand you give me. You are very strange. Why you are arrived? You disturbed to me. I couldn't sleep, and therefore I want checks. Okay, and then let's go to in the eat together in my place. And then I went to there in the morning, and his candolas and other attendants bring to the breakfast. Then we chat. So kind of lama. When you look, it's like really dorji to look. Very, and hairs very, and also very, like, how do you say, giant human. It's like, it's very tall, very big, strong, and like that. Then it's like, he says, I'm smoking, don't smoke. I'm drinking, don't drink. Like this is the Mumadur Guru says, Jigme Lama, Mashan Yude, some Jim Mashap Lama. The Tombonga take on the chicks of Kandan Yataka says, Woyos, Interact, Contuji in the York. Sheni married, the Sheni Onitilla, Kongaza Jization. Got chicken dance, you are cutting out to some. Why I choose cutting would take as a knopped. The Sheni married to Namni, Oya. Chonian Saboch, Condonsa, make a Konyokumash, Yoga Tendo, tugging it easy, young Chukin. No characters, Dzogchen Sunyamak, the Pacha, Soka Dudu Tachaka, Tanayam. Then Laman Jumbo Rajim, Kongruk Chiri the Zunchon, Winstani, Shojanton, Trujatanton. And take Kongruk, Chonjanton and Gorumbo, Janok, Tandamatic, Shed the Arok Carboton, Yamaril, Pache, Chuchungar. And told him a Chinchon to Mataton. Doa tend to Doa contrary in Jotan, Jikurman, Jitek, Soma in a zal, the Paco to you. Take over no Chindos, Canando Session. Take Kongruk the sound of it. Not on Katsawa in Zoma and Songa. Tenda Chiri to the Lama Condolandona, Lami, Chingdaman Haso Yona, Tandim Mazos. Lama Chiri to Tanda Yana, Tela Gupa Guchi Yoji, Yana, Lama Kashi, Tuango Mari, Chiri to the continent of Lomiti Tonkazon Sanjir. Tanda which a Marab Hupati, Lamyagamari, Yarab Hupatandizos. La Lama Tani Chushupati, number 2 Lampombata, Marja Tedo Mandava, Lama Tambati, Zeshu, Ravatin Rava, Jisel Hopashi, Gujis. Talam Jison, huge side, number re 2,000. Pen a re carbochi, Sankonoma Jugana, number Carvos, number 2 Lampon Yana, number Tichenda, Jena 2 Yamo Juna, Chandra Juna. Ndona Carbon dot Jitsel. Ten Ravaji Lama Tambat in Zeshu, Ravachina, Lomati Jella, Tete Hugo Grosso, Lomak is like Hugo, she Guji Janson. The Perna number 2 Jupatella, Chanka Lenin, Sami Yopasa Johnson, when a Kashi Chendo Yamore, Haliparengas, then the Lama Jason Junior, Lamati, Lomati, Lamatiana, Manandarin Dusilka. Kashi to the Seremans, Alama Yomo Cholere, to Jim Sunji Unda Cholere, Lomats of the Se, Lam Jisam Mangises, the Randos. Not choose Machu Putuli, no Yanta Tani Manjava Kala, so Penatella Hama, Kaburi, Tati Chugono Jesus at Tanala, Chula Jered, Lenin, some Mishimata Jusa, then do German tabulma, then Lama Kanda Chikurung Jason Jutsar the Tanala, Tate Shan Noniga, Jebo Jab Yogrimato, Sabanyan, Jemeji Yojimare, Samlidity, Tatina Yusuk, Tanes. I just to say seriously, anyone who follow the teacher and receive he or she's teachings, teacher's teaching, told to be like a piece of the cloth, being soaked in a daze, that you changing the color, and like put in the like what cloth you put into the like a kind of the like a soaked or like kind of the color water, and this is like changing you color. It's a day as the learn to the emulating the action of the respect masters. You are like kind of listen teaching how masters teaching, you are imitating. How is like practice the masters, you are imitating. How is the behaviors, we are imitating teachers. Here is like in the Buddhist perspective, we all the times talking about the Bodhisattva. And the Bodhisattva is like for our perspective is the teacher. And then it's like we imitating Bodhisattvas, taking the Bodhisattva the path and learning Bodhisattva's thing. Then we need to become the Buddha. Like we also like kind of follow the teacher, imitating the teacher, and to change the same as the teacher. Then we also need to be level of the teachers. Like this, his respect masters. There should certainly be some noticeable change from how it was the before. There's something is the notice, or something is like sign. Surely. For example, like my water cloth, I put in the like a sort of the cloth contain. When I take out, maybe there's someone good, bad, but something is changed. Like this, one is sometimes we say it's like, you're student of the holiness. You are student of the some teachers. Surely you have some quality from your teacher. In Tibet, it's like your teacher is something very, very, very important. You follow many years, then they will respect. For example, we say the author, Patrul Rinpoche, he's like the best student in Nyoshalonto. Almost 25 years he follows. And like this. Then afterward, everybody's like respect Lonto. Why? Oh, you are many years follow your own teacher, and surely you got some good quality from the Patrul Rinpoche. It's exactly that. And Lonto is become the exactly same the Patrul Rinpoche. Like this, if generally speaking, it's like one is children's, we look at the parents. Maybe your parents is alcoholic, sometimes children's like this. Some parents like dog addict, doing funny, thief, robber, killer, hunting, like this. Then children's also sometimes influence. Some parents is so extraordinary, their harmony, compassion, kindness. Children's to imitating happily. Sometimes children become so marvelous. Like this, like when we are follow the teachers, we should to change his. Then it's like, but how can it the fate to the change color at all? That is means is like, of course, this what cloth you put into this how do you say salt? How do you say? It's like a color fall in the water. And then this, when you take out this white cloth, surely there is something impossible to change. Like this, if you follow the teachers, there are the changing process. Surely, tati tu na chu landon ja hu chu, hi ngar je tele pukonki zont mason. Hi hu pa tamchi njiten pali chonze chon malo patena, chu de tamnyang ji jerson hi hyabo. Ta lama la ten, ta tinson tenda bola pe mombore. Tu na chu landon jathamba, lama mombo, lama jathamba la ten. Tom chu jathamba shu, lama chik kandan, ndo, jo, menga london chi ba shu. Tragana, tratanke, he gana, he shinke. Tanda chi yole rete, yana yon ronk hijite, hama, tad mato, teli, na chak saise. Pukon, zena puk, tan tome, puchikan tome, tanchi, jebo jap menas, zonda mason hi, hyawa do hyopa tsoma, tamche ten jiten pali chonze chon, malok nana, ta tenda bote chuje talop sejite tanitse, tamnyang tanda rendos, jasonwa hi hyawa yembe, tenda bote mareva sho selkam, mananda, yirenyan mares. Next Sunday, nowadays, there are people who have received the Dharma hundreds of the time, but whole seed fails, still fail to improve themselves in the least, and have exactly like ordinary worldly people in all respect. And all the Dharma has produced is proves. And kind of the practitioner, violent of the samayas, it is said. And how do you say this? The improves. In previous or in previous, it is like kind of the stubborn, and only want to follow our own ideas. And maybe this person's to heard a lot of Dharma teaching, years, and receive the Sutta, Thanta, and also it's like the Shastras. Maybe this person can write a book, make them poetic, make like this, but the behaviors, characteristics, nothing changed. Exactly behaviors like kind of the ordinary, like worse than ordinary. Sometimes this kind of person, it is like kind of absolutely imprevious practitioner. Imprevious practitioner. If you say it's like something that, yeah, I know, or I studied, I know, I think, then they can write fantastic, maybe write many books. There is like some I don't know, I don't want to say it, but some is also Tibet Lamas. And there is ugly things. They studied, they received teaching, they received the material things. Years they stayed in the monasteries. Also sometimes they received the name of the Rinpoches, name of the writing books, maybe 4, 5, 6 books, and things looks like learned, poetic, and like this. Nowadays it's ugly, like a Mara. And he put like a Buddha statue on the like kind of the feet, Guru Rinpoche statue, Taras, and also Lama's holiness. And in Tibet, Peno Rinpoche, they are put this kind of fake Lamas, and chewing to put under the feet, and to say this kind of teachings, and putting his feet on the head of the Guru Rinpoche statue, Buddhas, these ugly guys, and come from the India. You look like this, and that is in previous practitioner and Samaya broken. Then why you follow? And sometimes the teachers make the secret teachings. Why? You give really hardly teaching, never changed. Some certain point you have like got these qualities, you can criticize to other, completely destroyed to the others, and there's no dharma, not good, no the causality, no reincarnation, just a fake. Then many in Tibetans, like old people, some dharma, old people, some like normal practitioners, they say so much bad things. Maybe they just cannot to say, maybe may you quickly die. Why you like destroyed my heart? Why you say like this? And the other, this dual person is want to become maybe famous. I don't know, in England you have like kind of famous. If you really want to be famous, you shoot to in London nakedly to run from the TV. Then you become the like famous. Sometimes this kind of the like previous practitioners totally samaya as a broke. Then is you study them, not very good. This kind of we need to. Therefore, sometimes sikut it's maybe better. And then the diction choose to choose matu, jumbo nanji to mako nanji matu pays. And there's like kind of that says Dharma can inspire evil door to change, inspire, and maybe it's like kind of training. But it cannot inspire the practitioner who have become imperious through the Dharma, imperious Dharma practice. This kind of, you cannot. It's like kind of the imperious, impervious through comes Dharma. Sometimes this kind of person there, I like kind of follow 20 years of Dharma. Now my emotion is more and more. Now and I have hesitation. I losing kind of the faith, devotion. It's not relevant, but this kind of happen definitively. Therefore, it's like many lamas is taking care very much. But we don't need. With 20, 30 years to spend. Why we spend it like this? And the dharmas and the teachers never ever harm me. In the Buddha's teaching says, like, I tell you something, it's useful for you or not. If not useful, you don't need to accept. You don't need. If useful, maybe you can to accept that. And like this kind of sometimes we need to analyze them. Very dangerous. Ourselves, we destroyed ourselves. Probably your feet put in the Buddha's statues, Guru Rinpoche statues. Guru Rinpoche and Buddha, you can't do nothing. but you destroy yourself. That's all. And that's who is, for example, someone's to see like this. Maybe some modern people in Tibet also is like, yeah, that's real. I'm like non-religious. I hate religious. That's necessary. Maybe someone's falling, but someone is angry, sad. They don't want, and this person to see is like anger is coming inside. Why you need to disturb to the others? And we just to in the moderns, you don't believe to the religious, you don't need to criticize. Maybe it's like you want to follow yours. Like this, we need Dharma labika. And it's just as the grace can soften stiff leathers, but cannot soften the leather of the butter box. 100 times is this butter box is never become the soft. But some is hard like a leathers, you put like a butter and you can make soft like cashmere, but butter box cannot. You more close to the teacher, lamas, and according to your disturbed emotion, some moment you become this, how do you say, improve your Dharma practice. That's we need to take care. Now you can to drink coffee. Oh. I think I have. I need coffee.